Hey everyone, this is Tiffany from travelinginamerica.com, and what I want to talk to you today about is travel safety. I was kind of shocked when I polled my audience, and a lot of people got back with me and said that safety was one of their main concerns when traveling. And I know for ourselves, we're leaving in like 8 days to go to New York. And that's one of my concerns too, because all you know from going to New York is what you see in the movies. And of course, you don't know, are you going to get off the subway in a bad area? You have no idea. And here in Texas, we can carry, you got to know your gun laws and all that, but you have those rights. In New York, you can't do that. I can't take my gun on the plane and go carry in New York. So I have to have other means of protection if I need it. I feel safer having something. Even on a road trip, if I'm driving from here to Florida or something like that, I want to know what means of protection that I can have in every single state. So no matter where you're traveling, you want to look up the laws on guns, the laws on stun guns, the laws on knives, length of knives, all that kind of stuff, and then also pepper spray. You need to know your rights and the laws for that. So what I did is I actually ordered a couple of products, and I'm going to open them for you here. I got them in from Amazon, and one of them I believe I can take to New York, and the other one I cannot. But the other one is going to be good for like local road trips, and even here, here walking around when I'm trying to get fit. By the way, I am down 38.6 pounds this year. Very excited about that. I finally made it in the 240s from 287.8. So I have to say that because that's one of my topics is my fitness. But this is, it says warning, this is my pepper spray. So I ordered pepper spray off of Amazon, and one of the things that I read about New York laws in particular was that it has to be labeled. Ooh, that looks like, okay, the label is round. So I ordered the Sabre spray. It's supposed to be one of the hottest. Okay, so it says advanced 3-in-1 formula, pepper spray, military tear gas, UV marking dye, 35 burst, immediate access. It clips to a pocket or whatever, and they have a be prepared training video. Made in America. Always appreciate that. So support that. But I know that it has to be, it says on here, personal defense spray. And that's something that it had to have when I looked up the laws for New York. And it has to be pocket sized, I believe. So this is going to be okay for me to be able to take there. Not going to try this, but I am going to look up the training video on how to use it. Obviously, this isn't something I want to try at all. My son actually ordered pepper spray one time when he was, I don't know if he was 18 or how old he was. I think he was 18. But he just wanted to try it, so he did it. He did it in his room. And that hurt his eyes. And I was like, why did you do that? So that's one of the things that I ordered. The other thing that I ordered was more for road trips, definitely in Texas. And definitely just anywhere around here. They're really good for dog attacks too. Not if a dog is already attacking you. I don't know if that would even hurt it or not, but just the sound of it scares them off because we've had to do that before. So what I ordered is the Vipertech stun gun. And these are really cool. I've already had one before, but mine got so dirty in my purse. I didn't have it in a little case, which I should have. And so I ordered another one because it's kind of started wearing off. So it comes in this little case, like that. Take it right out of here. And that's what it looks like. So this is what you're gonna actually hook people with and shock them with. So it looks like that. It comes in different colors. This time I got black, but I did have a pink one. And then under here, it has this little sliding thing. So when I slide that, that's where my plug comes in. You just plug it in to charge it. I don't think this one is charged yet at all, but we'll see. You can turn it on. Oh, it is. So turn it on like that. You also have a flashlight, which I liked. So I can turn it on like that. Okay, so you see how loud that is? So what you'll do, and turn this all the way off, when you attack someone, a lot of people think you just go like that. Oh, I'm going to get them right there. Well, That's true. That is going to probably shock someone. But a better place to do it is like under their chin or even in their eye. And does that sound awful? But if you really want to have some bite with this, that's what you're going to do with it. So just research the different areas that you can get someone with this. And if you are walking and you want to scare off an animal or something like that, you know, definitely just use that sound. They usually jump back and they run. We've had a couple of Rottweilers that lived down the street that got out, and so we had to use that because they were coming to attack the husky, and we had to use that, and they both ran. So that was good. So armed with my stun gun and my pepper spray, if I don't have my gun, I'm going to feel very good, at least having some semblance of protection. I like when this has this little thing on here so I can walk with it like this if I want, when I'm walking or whatever. I could hook it onto something, obviously, but I just kind of like to carry my stuff like this and have it available. So those are some things that you can do. Definitely also when you're traveling to different places, you can look on places like TripAdvisor and look in forums and look up, there's usually, like when I was planning my trip to New York, there's lots of threads on travel safety in New York, and people are asking the question, you know, like what neighborhoods should I avoid? What should I do on the subway? And, you know, I know one guy was shocked because he was on the subway and someone was yelling at him and just really berating him. And it turned out that people were kind of informing him that was probably a mentally ill person. It wasn't something you did. It was the way it all went down. You encountered a mentally ill person, and here's how you should handle that. So it was really good for me to read that because I didn't know that you're not supposed to engage or try to explain or anything, that you're just supposed to sit there and ignore and just quietly get off the next station or something. So you can always look for local tips. The locals will help you out with tips on that. Like I would know what neighborhoods to tell you maybe you don't want to go over in that area at night or something if it's dangerous. Or another thing you can do is look up crime reports. A lot of the cities will have the weekly or even monthly crime reports for that area, and it'll tell you like what kind of crime is happening. If you go international, obviously you can look up State Department, I think, warnings, travel warnings on that. But even locally, you can look up things, and you can even contact the police departments. They're on Facebook, you know, and you can contact them and just say, hey, I'm going here. Do you have any safety tips for me on my visit or whatever? I know one thing that we were looking up is pickpocketing. I did not know that was really a problem in New York, but apparently it is. And so I have to remember to tell my son, put his wallet in the front, watch for people who try to, like if there's more than one person coming up around you all of a sudden and you have one person trying to distract you, keep your hand on your items because the other person's usually going to grab it or whatever. Putting your purse in front and not your backpack, not your purse in the back, things. Don't hang your purse on the back of a chair because people will, like we do in restaurants here, we just hang it on the back of our chair. But apparently there, you know, people will walk up and swipe your wallet out of that. So don't want to do that, steal your whole purse. So that's what I wanted to tell you all about. Just look for the local protection possibilities. You might even look up the name, like protection or personal protection or personal safety or personal defense in blank, like personal defense in Los Angeles or personal defense in New York, and find out what you can, you know, what's allowed there. And don't just go by the internet, because sometimes you'll see like a law office that will have an article out there and that might be outdated. There might be something new that has come into place that is not going to be allowed anymore, or maybe they allow some new stuff that you didn't have. Okay, so that's it for me today, and I'll be back. We are going to be doing lots of planning, packing, getting ready for the trip, and I hope I have a lot of fun. I'm extremely nervous. I have really been nervous lately. I fluctuate between being excited and being extremely nervous, so I don't know which one I'll be on the day we leave, but I hope it's excited. Thanks.